Through our bombings, we hope to promote social instability. In industrial society, propagate anti-industrial ideas, and give encouragement to those who hate the industrial system.
Two or more things can be true at the same time.
Of ways that psychological manipulation could bend the will of anyone to do whatever the U.S. military wants.
The CIA launches its own intense quest to master the art of mind control.
They were looking for ways to manipulate and control human behavior.
They've even enlisted help from the Nazi scientists who experimented on Dachau inmates with hallucinogens and interrogation methods. The military illegally smuggles these war criminals over to get their advice on brainwashing, as part of Operation Paperclip.
You can like someone and still criticize something that they do which you don't like or not the best behavior of theirs. You can also not like someone and still appreciate something that they do or something about them.
Over the course of at least 11 years, thousands of Americans are subjected to unethical psychological experiments that include sensory deprivation, hallucinogenic drugs dosed without consent, subliminal messaging, hypnosis, electroshock therapy, and even ice pick lobotomies. And that's just the stuff we know about.
I know. How dare I? How dare I disappear out of thin air without saying a word and just going off poof without a word? I apologize deeply for disappearing on you all like that. It was not my intentions, but somehow travel plans, Christmas, family, and all of that mixed together with sometimes being in an area where the network, the internet is not so powerful, led me to disappear like that without a word. I recently dropped a video on Andrew Tate. That was yesterday. That video I recorded on the 27th of December, 2025. I was to post that video on the 28th of December, 2025. But unfortunately for me, because I traveled that same day, hoping that I was uploading, I thought the uploading was complete when I was excited for my plans around Africa and home. Oh my goodness. I forgot to really check to see if the upload was complete. And then I just went about my days just to wake up the next day. And then I was like, oh, let me check what happened to the video I posted yesterday so I can prepare more. Then I realized it did not upload. I started trying to upload. It was a hassle, and travel, family, the entire vavavoom of Christmas and family mix. I've not seen my family for a while. And so being in their midst and their presence, I apologize. I got so swept away, so carried away. It was unbelievable. I had so much African food, my home country food. Ooh, eru, ekwang fufu, mpomo. Ay, Jesus Christ, somebody help me. I'm going to miss them. So because of that, that is why I disappeared on you all. It's just that at that particular moment, honestly, I could not bring myself to doing all of this editing while I was having all of that family time around me. It's been too long I've not seen family, so I had to concentrate. I had to pick a struggle, and I picked my family over you all. I am sorry. It's the honest truth. I cannot lie, okay? That is the truth. I picked my family and good food in Africa over you all. I apologize, but that was the facts, and I have to go. In today's video, I want us to start what we call 2026. I want us to set the pace, because in 2025, where I started my YouTube commenting on social and socio-political affairs, one thing I noticed is this. We are still in the culture of defending evil or defending stupidity or defending wrong just because we like the person doing it. And before I started my YouTube commentary career in 2025, which was very small, as you can see, it's a small community, I said a few things, and this is what I said.
I am going to hold your hand while I tell you this. Two or more things can be true at the same time. You can like someone and still criticize something that they do which you don't like or not the best behavior of theirs. You can also not like someone and still appreciate something that they do or something about them. Ça peut être oui, mais ça peut être oui, mais aussi ça peut être non et ça peut être oui, mais je sais pas. That is the truth about life. If you think that if hate ends at hate and love ends at love and disagreement ends at disagreements and agree ends at agree, point final plum, then I think that you have a lot of leeway. You have a lot of things to do.
And when I made those utterances, so many of you said, yeah, it makes sense. Some people said, yeah, of course, I agree with that. That is so true, so damn true. Mais quand ça venait pour le moment, pour définir, pour dire que oui, c'est ça que je dis, on a demandé, on a commencé à changer le cœur. When it came time to defend your agreement with those terms, I found a whole new crowd with a whole new attitude. In fact, brand new. J'étais flabbergasted, okay? When it comes to someone that you like and admire, there is nothing they can do wrong. That is one thing I've seen with so many of you on the internet. And you know what? In 2026, I'm not babysitting you being a fool for someone because you like them. I am not doing that. You can still love and adore someone and still say, you know what, babe? Or you know what, my friend? You know what, guy? You know what, girl? This was fucked up. Why do you think lovers still quarrel? People love each other. They are so in love. They are deeply in love, but they still have disagreements. Do you know why? There is nothing that is the same for every human. You guys will have different value systems, different points of view, and different things that you agree on. And this is what I've come to see. You will have a set of values as an individual. But when someone you like does the same damn thing you say you don't agree with according to your set of values, it's a whole new attitude, brand new. Je te dis, achetez point cette matin. Parce que on ne veut pas accepter que notre favori a fait quelque chose qui n'est pas bien. When someone you like does something, you change your whole value system because you have to defend that bullshit they just did. You have to defend inaccuracy. You have to defend the lies. You have to defend everything they do because you like them. They are your favorites. And that is the system that experiments thrive on. That is the system that the CIA has thrived on for long. That is the same damn system the US government has thrived on for long, and they are still thriving on today. I remember when we had the experiments which we heard were conducted on civilians, both in the United States and in Africa. Yeah, because when the US government wants to carry out an experiment, which they cannot practically do in the United States with the black people or the prisoners or those who they consider less for them, they will bring it to Africa to carry out those experiments, allegedly.
The hope was you could use these drugs to soften up somebody for interrogation, or you could use them offensively for mind control programming and getting somebody set up for operations.
10 years before its recreational heyday, LSD becomes the focus of the CIA's quest for the perfect truth drug. There's just one technical hitch: how to find suitable subjects.
One CIA guy said to me, we couldn't really test on housewives in Northern Virginia. That wouldn't have been okay. So they found street people, they found prostitutes, they found prisoners, they found minorities to whom the CIA at the time did not put as much value on their lives as other people.
And that is what they do. We remember all the experiments that were carried out. When the World War II ended, what did they do? They imported the people who were conducting experiments in Germany, the people, those Nazis, those individuals who were so evil, who the world condemned. Do you know what the United States and the CIA allegedly, they smuggled some of them. Even those that the papers could not clear through, they had to smuggle them behind the back doors to bring them in. Because why? They had to use those intellectuals, those intellects they have to control their own population. You think I'm lying? Oh yeah, that is what so many of you think. And that is what they are counting on, for you to think that it's just a joke.
Making people tell against their will.
An attempt to master the art of mind control. Many Nazi physicians are prosecuted for war crimes at Nuremberg. But not all perpetrators face the court. Some scientists with potentially useful expertise are covertly brought to the United States by the CIA under Operation Paperclip.
Some of them couldn't come in through State Department visa routes because they were war criminals. So Paperclip and other projects were covert operations to route these people around the State Department requirement and get them into the country.
The new scientists are quickly put to work to counter a rapidly emerging threat, the increasing power of the Soviet Union. In the years that follow, the Cold War escalates at an alarming rate, with the superpowers competing for military and scientific supremacy.
Some of you think that those experiments stopped in those decades. All the experiments that were carried out in the past, those experiments are still being carried out, but in a more covert and in a way that is easy for them to do without all the maneuvers. Because before they were called out for Project MK Ultra, which took place between 1953 and 1973, we had the Project Bluebird and Project Artichoke. They had the Operation Midnight Climate. We had medical and pathogenic testings like the Tuskegee syphilis studies. You know how that went. We had the Stateville penetratory malaria study. We had the Guatemala syphilis experiments. We had chemical and biological exposures like Operation Sea Spray. We had Operation LAC. We had the mustard gas testing of of World War II. We had radiation experiments. We had the plutonium injections. We had the Green Run. We had so many international government experiments, including Imperial Japan. We had so many Nazi Germany experiments. We had United Kingdom, they conducted experiments, okay? We had the Soviet Union conducting experiments on its citizens. And that is not it, okay? Those things were things that were carried out in those days because they wanted to what? Oh, so power supremacy. So do you think that those individuals, those governments who wanted to carry out these experiments for world supremacy, for power supremacy, science supremacy, do you think they have suddenly said, oh, you know what? I don't think we still want to do experiments on our citizens. I think it's good we just retire the sleep. So what do you think the CIA and all of those three-letter agencies are there for? Oh, you think they're there to protect you, allegedly. Keep dreaming, okay? Keep dreaming. These days, they have experiments, social experiments, and they are right in our faces. What do they call these? Most of these reality shows you watch. Let's say one is Love is Blind, the other one, most of them, they call them social experiments. Go, it's in the title. When you want to play Love is Blind, they start with it. This is a social experiment. And you have all kinds of NDAs, and you have people coming out to complain and cry out loud about the things that they went through, which they did not think they had to go through. And do you think that those experiments are there? You think the name experiment is there as a catchphrase? Or you think it's there just as a joke, as an insider joke for all of you, right? I think that is what some of you think those things are there. Those experiments that were carried out in the 1930s to the 1970s, which were ended, they have transformed them into social experiments. And you think that it is only in TV shows, allegedly? No. All other experiments are taking place, including the ones that they are using the media. When you people got up and you discovered what the media was doing to you, telling lies to you, they are singing the same damn song every evening from morning to night. You hear them saying the same damn thing over cross channels because they are speaking using the voice of your government. They are speaking using the voice of the people running everything from behind the scenes. And some of you still think that this is jokes. And when you discover that the media lies to you, even though there are still people who are still real fans of the mainstream media, what did they do? They switched codes. They moved their influence from the media, and now they have it on what? Experiments with social influencers. Media, social media influencer, that was the thing happening. That was the happening thing. Why do you think some people just pop out of nowhere and they have billions and millions of followers and views? Where do you think? How do you think that happens? That is how it happens. You will see somebody with so many controversial ideas. They are saying the most absurd and crazy ass things, and they will be allegedly banned from so many social media platforms. But do you know what they will not have? They will not lack. They are never going to lack influence. They're never going to lack social influence. Their names will be known. Their views and beliefs will be spread across social media. And do you know what? When they are walking and towing the line, the mainstream media will say, oh, they are doing a good job. You will have these top individuals defending their every move. And that is how some of you will still sit at home defending their every moves, because as long as you like the person, your belief system shifts completely. And it is also because you like to tie your belief system to party lines. You like to tie your belief systems to religious lines. You like to tie your affiliations and belief system to particular groups of people. Stop doing that. This is 2026. I'm sorry if you hear a lot of noise. There is a train passing by. Okay? That is what's going on here. Okay, let's get back to the video. There is something that irks me. It hurts me every time I see it. So many of you tying your belief system, your moral compass to religion, to political parties. And once a political party says this person is okay, you are okay with it. It doesn't matter if you don't believe in something and that person believes in it. You are towing the line because the party says so. It doesn't matter if a religious figure does something you think it's wrong. This is not right. This is not okay. But as long as that religious figure is someone you like, it is perfectly fine. It's normal. Come on, everybody does this different. Everybody is different. But if another person, someone you don't like, does the bare minimum, something resembling what that person just did. I'm not saying it's the same scale. It could be a scale of 2 to 10. It could be a scale of 2 to 100. You don't care, because you know what? At this point, I have to defend the person I like. I have to defend our political party. I have to defend our social group. I have to defend my religious friend. I have to defend my social media influencer. Because at that point, you don't care. And that is what these social experiments are concentrated on. That is what they believe. That is what they are hoping for. That you would make your religious, your beliefs, your everything to be tied to those political parties. I've told you so many times and I'll keep singing it. Whether it's the left, right, center, east, north, west, south, political party, they are wings of the same bird. They have meetings on weekends and you are not invited to those meetings. The only meeting you are invited to is playing your social experiment part, where you are manipulated upon for you to do social outrage, for them to do whether they want to sell a product, whether they want to start a war, whether they want to do a social experiment on what happens when this particular religion or this particular people fight against each other. Whatever the agenda is, that is your only participation. Over the weekend, they are playing golf together. They are at the clubhouse together. They are having fun together, having drinks, everything together. But on Mondays, they will start the social warfare and you are all there battering each other. It was so hurtful in 2025 to see people under my comment section crying about their loving wife or husband being a different person because they are now watching a particular influencer online, or because they now believe in a whole belief system because they are now worshiping someone they have seen online, someone they have no idea who they are, someone you have no iota what their real agenda is. But you know what? We will defend them till we die because you know what? I like them. Or you know what? They are in our political party. Or you know what? They are a religious person I like. Christian people lie. And do you know what? This same CIA and your governments also use religion or religious individuals or religious situations or your faith against you. I know. You're not supposed to know that. But you know what? Some of us are nosy out here and we do the research and we bring you the truth. But unfortunately, some of us will not go home with good rhetoric for bringing you this truth. We are going to be called names, because we bring out the truth. Let me give you a few examples. The US government or other governments and intelligence agencies have indeed used religious figures, communities, and concepts of faith itself as tools of experimentation and psychological warfare. Okay? While fewer medical experiments specifically target Christians based on their faith, or let's say we are not saying that some religions are experiments that are created to just siphon your mind or play around with you. But this is the truth. Once someone's main agenda is political warfare, psychological torture, and warfare, they are going to infiltrate some religions. They are going to even create new ones to ensure that that agenda is fulfilled. And some of you think that this is too far-fetched. Let me tell you the truth. The people behind the scenes who are embarking on these targets, on these warfare agendas, they have the billions and billions to fund it. And they don't care. $1 billion to them is just chicken change, is breakfast money, and they don't mind using it to spend, to do something, to ensure that that agenda is fulfilled and carried out. Christianity has been frequently optionalized or operationalized and turned into a tool or a variety of psychological and covert operations. And you might ask yourself, how is that even possible? Let me tell you about one experiment that was taking place. The holy spies recruiting clergy and missionaries. During the Cold War, the CIA and OSS, its predecessors, developed what they call the religious approach to intelligence. What did they do? Missionaries as assets. The CIA recruited American missionaries and priests because why? They had perfect cover. They could go anywhere. Did you see any priest being stopped from entering anywhere? Anytime you see a priest, what do you do? You start having reverence for them, okay? Once you see someone in that attire, you having reverence. Many of them could speak the local languages where they served. They could move to remote areas without suspicion. They could do anything. Okay, documents show that missionaries were used to collect intelligence, draft plans for infiltration, and even help coordinate coups, such as the 1953 Iran coup. We have the Vatican connection. The CIA closely monitored and attempted to influence the Catholic Church, particularly during the Second Vatican Council, fearing the church might move towards leftist or pro-Soviet ideologies. And speaking about the same Catholic Church, I'm not saying that the Catholic Church is a place where everything is done for that kind of movement, but this is the truth. Once someone has a terrible agenda, a place where they can hide and covertly do those agendas, it's going to be attractive to them. For example, people who are PDW or is PDFIs, what are they attracted to? They run towards the priesthood. Why? Because it is easy for them to find little children to do those things they want to do to them. So where do they head? They head to the priesthood. Parents are going to trust them with their kids. Everybody's going to trust them. The community will trust them with their kids. So when they find little Johnny, 13-year-old, 12-year-old, running into the priest's house, nobody's going to say, what are you going to do there? They are going to say, where is the priest? What would the priest do to the child? And that is how it happens. And what does the Catholic Church do when all of this happens? Oh, the Catholic Church just moved the priest from one corner to the other. You hardly, rarely, if ever, hear of a priest being dismissed, sanctioned, or whatever, sent to jail because of all of these activities. They are actually encouraged. The local communities are encouraged to what? Hide such activities. So you see, religion is used by everyone to do things. So please, open your eyes. Stop being deceived because someone is a clergy, someone is a priest, or someone just believes in God. I see someone in 2025 messing with you or conducting an experiment, pushing it from one stage to the other. And every time I find individuals defending that person. Why? Because they like the person and because the person is a Christian. I am so shocked that so many of you still cannot identify the core values of what being Christian is. It tells me a lot about who you are as a Christian. It tells me a lot about what you believe Christianity is. Because if you can defend such nonsense, if you can defend such deplorable activities, I can tell, okay? Yeah, I can tell. It's not about my beautiful accent. It's not about how hard or soft you think my accent is. It is the truth that hurts you. It's not the accent. So before you go under my comment section and insult the accent, please remember, it's gorgeous. Every human on earth has an accent. It comes from where you are brought up, where you grow up. And I'm so happy and proud of mine, okay? I have never heard an American complain about a British accent. When they hear my African accent, they want to go up in arms and complain about how hard, soft, or tight it is. Please, catch a break. Okay, if it's too hard for you to listen to, move on to the next channel. I'm sure there are British YouTubers who are speaking in that perfect British accent you people think you like. Go over there and have fun. But please, in 2026, I don't want to hear it under my comment section. I need you to just relax. It's the truth. If it hurts too much, you can move on. Go pray. Think about it. Ask yourself, why am I so mad? I'm going to give you a small example. Anyway, before that, let me give you about the other psychological warfare manipulation. There are so many other. Go read them. Even MK Ultra, even though it was not meant for just religious purposes, they use religious triggers.
In the Manchurian Candidate movie, the assassin's mission is triggered by the Queen of Diamonds playing card.
But it could be anything. The CIA documents describe hand signals, tones over the phone, words. So you hypnotize somebody and you can program in any trigger whatsoever to flip them into their Manchurian Candidate state.
They use religious triggers. They used those things. These cult of personalities, you see them coming up every day with churches here and there. How do you think? They're allegedly funded by the CIA and all of those kind of people. How do you think those people pop up from nowhere, gathering people up and down and moving from one place to the other? Where do they get the money from? Where do they get all of those things from? And how are they protected for so long, despite all the outrageous things they do before they are eventually arrested? It is an experiment. They want to see how many individuals are going to be dum-dums to follow into it. And the truth is this, every individual can be a dum-dum at one point or the other. I'm not saying that you joining a cult or you joining a religious thing is because you are so stupid. No, anybody can do it at one point or the other, depending on how vulnerable you are at that moment. That's why sometimes when someone is going to use the death of someone near them in order to infiltrate your mind, they're going to use the death of someone because that is a touchy subject for you. Every time you hear that someone lost a loved one, a family, a friend, you are emotionally drawn to them. You're emotionally connected to them. So they will use that as much as they're going to milk that cow. Oh, captain. They'll milk it because it is the best way for them to do what they need to do with you. Some people, they are going to use maybe love to draw you into those things. And once you hear love stories, oh, you are mushy, mushy, mush. Oh, sweet romantic. You are all in. Vava voom. Tu es déjà parti. If you get it, you get it. You don't get it, forget about it. That's the truth. They are going to use so many other methods in order to lure you in. And you being lured in doesn't mean that it is because you had bad intentions. Or no, it is because you were vulnerable. So check your vulnerabilities. I need you to take a pen and a paper. Everybody get a diary. Ask yourself, what is that one subject that makes you vulnerable to someone? What is that one subject that when you hear about it, all your defenses fly out the window? Is it religion? Is it love? Is it politics? What is it? Write it down and ensure that every time you hear that subject, you jot down what your values are when it comes to that subject, so that when you start seeing counter values, you can easily dictate this is not the thing. I love God, I love religion, but this is not the religion I'm talking about. It's not the one where somebody is conducting this kind of lies in front of me and telling me that it is okay for me to defend them. Yeah, you have to be able to do that. But allegedly, it's too far-fetched in 2026 now for you to tell that somebody that, I know you love God and that person claims to love God, but I need you to see that this person is lying. I think that is too far-fetched, yes. It's become such a touchy subject for you to show someone's lies. Oh, why are you attacking them? Oh my God. Calmez-vous. Some of you don't defend your loved ones the way you defend public individuals you've never met. People who don't know you exist. People you will never meet in your life. Whose agendas you don't know. Whose real motives you don't know. But you will defend them with your last breath. I don't see you defending your own honor like that online. Because defending your own honor means that you see the truth and you say, yeah, that's lie. And like I've said before, you can like someone and still say, you know what? I like this person, but this was fucked up. You can hate someone completely, don't like them, but you still see something they do and you're like, you know what? I like this value about them. This particular thing about them I like, but the rest of this part I'm not there for. That is what it means to have a value system. A value system does not mean that you agree with everything someone does. It means that you are able to see where you agree with them and where you don't. Some of you are talking like that when you are quarreling with your husband in the house, whether they should clean the kitchen or not. Because one of you does not believe in cleaning the kitchen every day and you believe in cleaning the kitchen every day. So if you can disagree with your loved one at home about basic, small, minute things like that, why do you think that you have to agree with a stranger you met online with everything? Please, just someone make it make sense for me in the comment section. Because at this point, I am thinking that the social experiment to make all of us dumb worked. I think it worked perfectly because the level of I don't know. How do you defend lies and you're a Christian? How do you defend someone doing all some absurd things? In 2026, please, I'm not babysitting people defending lies. I'm not babysitting anybody who is going to come here to come and tell me that I have an excuse for why this person maybe have lied. This person maybe lied because heaven went to earth and then they travel back to the galaxy et on a cherché le petit croissant. Le croissant n'est pas venu. Le croissant est parti à là-bas et on a aussi parti. Non, 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 non. Un menteur, c'est une menteuse. Si quelqu'un menti, il a menti. Si c'est la vérité, c'est la vérité. Il ne faut pas qu'on vienne ici, on commence à pou. Please, pick a value system and stand by it. If you believe in lies, just say so. Don't come here and tell me you believe in God. The next minute you are believing in lies and defending lies because you find it convenient because the person you are defending is someone you like. And if someone else were to bring a slight example of that, now let me give you guys a small example. In 2025, I discovered a lot of ill tales, lies, and discrepancies about Candace Owens. And I was really focused on bringing them out because it was quite an interesting subject for me. And one of the people I was defending against Candace Owens at the beginning was Erica Kirk. Because Erica Kirk was somebody who just lost her husband. Yes, I did not understand certain things she was doing, but I told myself, let me not invest into it. Let me watch her for a minute. I have never liked her husband. I've made that clear on this channel abundantly. I've never liked the man. But there are certain things about him I still felt bad that Candace Owens was doing to him. His legacy, his life, and him just dying, and she has to come out and reveal so many things about him that I don't think he would have liked that information out here. But this is the thing. The first day I brought out something Erica Kirk lied about, my comment section were, oh my God, I'm going to unsubscribe. I'm going to beat this. Please, it's okay. If you want to unsubscribe. Any channel that is not working for your mental health, go. As long as if you prefer lies telling, go to the place where they tell you lies so you can be comfortable there. Here, I'm not going to be telling you lies. I brought out a truth. It's not something I fabricated. No, I had videos showing how Charlie Kirk said something. The next minute, Erica Kirk says something. It counteracts. It's a fact. Now, what is the motive behind it? We don't know. But is it a fact that it was a lie or not? It was a fact. But I was so much attacked by so many of you because, oh my God, win. And I said to myself, wow, if this same lie that I just discovered about Erica Kirk was about Candace Owens, so many of you would have eaten it up and taken it to the bank. You would have shared it. You would have told me how wonderful a job I did. But because it was about Erica Kirk, so many of you could not handle it. While I was on my vacation, I was watching the things go down about Erica Kirk being caught in so many lies about her dating history, drinking history. Yes, you could say, okay, maybe she said she was not drinking before, but now she drinks. Oh, yes, you could say that. But she lied that she didn't date for 5 years in New York, but there were videos, proof that the woman dated. This Christian conservative woman lies through her teeth. And when I posted that video, so many of you under my comment said, how could you post this? How could you? Oh no, I'm going to unsubscribe. This is so bad of you. So bad of you to do this. Why are you defaming her? Please, excuse me. If someone lies on their resume and you are interviewing them and you discover that lie, who is defaming who? Is it the person who lied or the person who discovers the lie? No, please. I don't know why we are pretending in 2026. We are not doing that in 2025. Why were we pretending? Someone lies to you that I never dated in New York for 5 years, but they were able to discover boyfriend she dated. She was on a dating show. On a dating show. You don't go to a dating show to go and pray. You go to a dating show to date. Please, people, someone make it make sense. If those same discrepancies were about Candace Owens, so many of you eat it up. And if those same discrepancies were about somebody you did not like, you would have, oh my God, this is revolutionary. Yes, oh my goodness, you are awesome. But the moment it's about someone you like, I see your true colors come out, because at the end of the day, some of you don't care about truth. Some of you just care about narrative. Some of you care about defending even whoever you like, because the defense is not it's not dependent on the truth. It's dependent on your likeness for them. It's dependent on whether they're on the same political party as you are. It's dependent on whether they are religious as you are. And if someone else who is not religious were to tell those same lies, who is not in the same political party as you are, you will not defend them. I am going to ask you this. Before you defend someone, pick your worst person that you don't like and put that same thing on them and say, if this person who I don't like did the same thing, will I be defending it? If you cannot defend it on someone you don't like, please don't defend it on someone you like. It just tells me what character flaw you have, and it's deplorable. It's not normal. That is inexcusable. It's inexcusable, because it is not that you don't recognize when you're being lied to. It is because you don't want that lie to accept that lie from a certain person. But if that lie comes from another person, you accept the lie. That tells me that you are a pretender. You don't care about truth. You care about narratives. You care about building a certain image about yourself and your friends. And that is not the kind of community I'm building here. Please, if you are going to be part of those community, please, in 2026, we are starting now. I'm going to tell you, please pack yourself, your subscription that you brought to my small channel and go. Some of you come to insult my little channel. Let me tell you guys, let me tell you something, okay? I am so proud of my channel. So proud. You know why? I did not sell my soul to get one person to subscribe to me. I spoke the truth. Yeah. And the day I make a mistake, I will correct it. The day I say something that I did not know and I'm updated on it, I will update it. I'm not perfect. I am just a human. But I will not lie to you to make you to subscribe to me, because so many people are defending Erica Kirk for us to gain subscribers. So we'll defend. If I was defending Candace Owens or defending Erica Kirk on this channel, I'm sure I'll have 200,000 subscribers by now. You know why? Because she has a population on the internet. But the truth is this: I am not here to defend Candace Owens, Erica Kirk, or any human being. I'm here to tell the truth. And if the truth sits right, even with someone I don't like, I will tell that truth. I don't like Trump, but the day Trump does something I admire, I'll say, yeah, I like that. That was amazing of him. It's the same like Erica. I don't like Erica Kirk, but you know there is one thing about her I admire, is how well she's been able to keep her children out of media, social media, and all of that. That about her I admire a lot. But there is a lot about Erica Kirk that is left for me to not desire. And I'm not going to pretend that I like it because I want more subscribers. Please, if you feel that me lying is the only reason you stick to my channel, please pack your subscription and leave. This is 2026. We are still starting early. This is still January. I know it's late January, but you know what? Better late than never. Let's do this, sort it out, so that as we're moving into 2026, I don't want to hear those stories of, I am leaving the channel, I am unsubscribed. Please do it quietly. Nobody is bothered. I'm not doing it so that you can subscribe. I'm doing it so I'm telling the truth. I did not put out any video because I wanted people to subscribe. I put out videos because I'm telling people the truth. I have 2,000 subscribers, 4,000 subscribers, 5,000. Even if I ever get 100,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers, it will not change the fact that I want to tell the truth. So I don't know. And then somebody will come and tell me that, who are you? You have 2,000 subscribers. So let me ask you, popularity to you means validity. If that was the case, then why did you leave the mainstream media? Because the mainstream media had the popularity. Everybody knows them. They have the backing and everything. Why did you leave them to come and listen to YouTubers? So the YouTuber to you that has less subscriber is telling a lie, but the person who has more subscriber is the one you trust. That tells me everything about your value system. And I don't respect that, so I don't even care about your opinion. Let's be honest. Some of you don't care about truth. Some of you care about narrative. Some of you care about defending people. It doesn't matter whether they lie to you 10,000 times through their teeth, you will defend them. Another one was under my comment section defending Donald Trump and this. So you've never met Trump in your life. Stop defending. If something is in front of us and it looks fake, it looks fake. Stop defending something you don't know. You don't know the backbone of it. And if something is the truth, if it looks good, it looks good. It doesn't matter whether you like the person or not. If somebody does a good thing, they do a good thing. Whether you hate Candace or you like Candace, if Candace does a good thing, it's a good thing. If she does a bad thing, it's a bad thing. Whether you like Jesus or you hate Jesus, if something is wrong about it, it's wrong about it. If it's right about it, it's right about it. Let's stop acting. This social political narrative that is going on, all of you crafting images in order to adhere to certain political parties, social groups, or particular individuals, and it's causing chaos in your own homes where you live. You're not speaking to your friends, you're not speaking to your family members because you want to defend demonic individuals, people you don't know, whose agendas and everything you don't know, but you defend them, and you're having quarrels with your family members. You're having quarrels with your loved ones over people you've never met, you'll never meet. That damn. I have disagreement with people I know about individuals. Some of them like them, some of them I don't like. I have a friend. My best friend and I, we don't like Onana the same. She loves Onana. I don't care for Onana, but that has never made us to have a quarrel any day, because we understand and respect each other's choices of why we like or not like that person. It's the same damn thing with everything. People you've never met, you're defending until you're having problems with your friends. Jesus. Some of you need Jesus in your life, huh? You actually need loved ones to tell you what love is. Love is real. Love does not mean you agree with everything. Love does not mean that everything is true. Sometimes some things are not okay, even with your loved ones. That's why lovers still quarrel. That's why twins come out and they don't have the same ideologies. You know what? I've ranted enough for one day. I'm going to leave us with this word. In 2026, remember, 2 or more things can be right at the same time. You can love someone, absolutely love them, and still disagree with them. You can still find something they did that is not okay, and you still say, you know what, I don't like this. I love you, but this is not okay. And you can still absolutely hate someone, and something they do still earns your respect. That is what is called being a human. That is what is called being a person who is not hinged or cling to a particular political value or to a particular group, social group, and the norms of that group is the only thing that guide your moral scruples and values. That is what it means to be human. And I hope in 2026, I am going to be part of a community here on YouTube and any other social media that understands those value systems. Because if you don't understand those, please don't bother yourself. I don't want you to have a headache on my channel every day. Because I am not going to come and pretend to you that somebody is okay when they're not okay because I want to make you happy. I'm not going to do it. I've never thought of doing that. I have no plans of it. So I want us to start 2026 in a very good footing. If you heard that, everything I've told you, and I've told you that I'm not going to lie to make you feel happy about your favorite. If you find that offensive, if you find it not something you can handle, please pack your subscription, pack yourself and leave. If you get it, you get it. You don't get it, forget about it. On to the next video. Bye.